Dr. Gale, I'd never met him before. That was the first time I had met him. And he came into the room and he very gently told us that Joey had leukemia. And it was going to be a long journey, but he would be there with us. He gave me a hug, said, I'm so sorry. And then he went over to Joey on the table and he said, it's okay. I'm going to be here for you. I'll take good care of you. So to me, that was pretty special. That was really, sweet. And it just showed kind of empathy he has for his patients. And right then I knew that this is somebody I could really trust.
In July of 2005, I was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Dr. Gale, who became my primary oncologist in that year, came in bright and happy as he normally is. For those of you who know him, he's not normally a very bright and happy man. He's normally very sarcastic, and it's actually something that I grew to love about him. But he came in with a animated tie on, and he said, "Good morning, sunshine." And I just remember thinking, wow, I'm really sad, and he's a lot first thing in the morning.
On days that Joey would be given his treatments in the clinic, that night he would call us at home and make sure he was okay. Not very many doctors will call you at home, but I thought that was really special.
The lesson that I learned from him probably best was always to be honest with your patients. And this really struck home in December of that same year of diagnosis. I was pretty sick. I'd been admitted for about 6 days, and my counts were starting to drop. I can still remember him saying, "There's nothing more than we can do." Told me honestly that this could happen. He doesn't have any control over it, and that I had no control over it, and that it would be up to my body to fight and up to God to kind of guide us. And him coming in and being honest with me was the thing that I needed most. It calmed me down. It made me accept what could be the inevitable, but more importantly, I knew I had somebody that cared for me and wasn't afraid to tell me the truth. When you're going through a life-changing diagnosis, there are certain people that will come in and out of your treatment. You can tell the ones that are just there to do their job, and you can tell the ones that truly live and breathe that hospital. And he was one of those. He never missed a moment to remind me that I was still a kid. And I remember asking him, saying, what if I don't have the energy to do all of these things? And he wouldn't hear it. He would continue to tell me, you have as much energy as you want to have. And your body can only do so much, but your mind can do a lot more for you. And he would tell me these things. He wouldn't be afraid to lead me in a direction that was better for me as a person and as a patient.
I think you have to be silly to work with children, and you have to be silly to work with oncology patients, especially for as many years as he has. When he would sedate Joey, he would make these balloons out of his gloves that he was finished using. He showed up in a goofy hat to do Joey's spinal tap, and that was pretty hilarious.
My medical school has a tradition of allowing a veteran physician come in and do the hooding of a future physician. I thought to myself, I know he's not faculty here. I know he's not family, but to me he is. And I asked the university if it would be okay with them if he came in.
Dr. Luke James Weaver, hooded by Dr. Gordon Gale.
He walked me through the hardest times of my life, and I couldn't have imagined anybody else being up there with me. Dr. Gale, there aren't words to describe how much what you've done for me has meant to me, my family, and what it means to my future patients. Thank you for making me the man I am today, the physician I am today, and the physician I'll be in the future.